What's going on, everybody? What have we got to talk about today? Today we're going to talk about this little guy right here. This is a big dick right here. This is the Ohmega 18650 stacked mech mod. Let's get to it. Come on.
Tell me like a Hellcat.
What's going on, everybody? Big D, Big Rig Vaping back at you. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully we're doing pretty good. Today we got this guy right here to talk about. This is the Ohmega 18650 stacked mech mod. Mech mods are coming back for some reason. I don't know why. Ever since the Noisy Cricket, people have been doing mech boxes, things like that. This is the first new mech tube mod that I've seen, and it works really well, as you can see. It's like a freight train, man. I got it sitting on. I got the Jabo Wizmech Indestructible sitting on top of that guy. Looks pretty good. Fits nice and flush around the side. So I can get a little close up so you can see this here. Yeah, it is a nice piece. Connects real well. Does a real good job, man. Yeah, it's mech mod. It's full copper internals, full copper chunk of round stock. Nice, big, beefy. It's big. I got big hands, as you can see there. As a comparison, here's the Noisy Cricket. Yeah, the Noisy Cricket with the velocity sitting on top, and you can see the size comparison difference. It's a big bitch. Let's go up close and personal real quick. We'll show you everything, take it apart. Not much to look at. It's a mech mod after all, and then we'll come back up and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Alright guys, here we go. Up and close, kind of sort of, with the Ohmega stacked 18650 stacked mod. Now guys, this is, like I said before, this is a series mod. Not a lot to it. We're going to take it apart real quick and we're going to show you what you got. First of all, you got your top cap. This is not a hybrid connection. This is a 510 connection, as you can see, and it's let me see if I can get a little bit closer to you. Trying a new camera angle out, so I'm going to try it out. But as you can see, it's definitely a 510 connection there. Final place to set the rest of this down. I'll show you this. Now this is an adjustable 510 connection. This is all copper. And you turn it over right here, you can see this outer pin right here. This is to adjust your battery rattle. You go left or right, whatever, up and down to adjust your battery rattle. Right behind it, there's a little, a little screw nubbin thing, and that screws the 510 pin up and down, respectively, to adjust for your atomizer. So what you would do is you would put your atomizer on here, and then adjust your atomizer till it makes contact. Then you would adjust your battery rattle. So set that aside for right now, and let's grab our tube. Let's take the batteries out of our tube and we'll set them aside. Alright, this is the tube. Beautiful little piece that it is. As you can see, it's got a little bit of patina on it, not too much. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit, tried to before I did this, but as you can see, we've got a vent hole here, one there, and one there. 4 vent holes on this thing for the top cell. Unfortunately, there's no vent holes for the bottom cell, which I was kind of disappointed on. That's should have had some vent holes around the center of the mod. I guess they didn't put them there because they didn't want them taken away from the overall look of the mod. So there's that there. See if I can zoom out on this camera just a little bit. There we go. Now we can see something. As you can see, we got the Ohmega symbol right there. See if I can get a little close up of that. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Nice, somewhat deep engraving of the Ohmega symbol. Yeah, it's a tube. It's a copper tube. Let's take the switch off the bottom. And as you guys can see, it's definitely just a hollow copper tube. Okay, nice thick walls on this, and nice thick threading. I mean, it's a nice solid piece. Let's take a look at the switch. Now I'm not going to take this switch apart. Switch is basically really a simple thing here. You got the Ohmega symbol at the bottom of your switch with your serial number, and it's just a contact switch. You push the switch, a little button comes up. You can adjust this a little bit for your throw, but it doesn't adjust much. Throw is basically what it is. This switch does need to be kept clean, and to do that, you just take and unscrew this Delrin piece here. All it is a Delrin piece, is a copper spring and the copper contact. So you just clean that up real good inside, and put it back together. So there's that. And it goes together pretty simple. This switch screws into the bottom like so, and the 510 connection screws in to the top just like that. Now put your batteries in. This is, like I said, a series mech mod, so you need all your copper connections, or I'm sorry, all your positive connections need to go up. It's a stacked mod, so you stack 2 batteries on top of each other. Examine your batteries, make sure you're using really good batteries, and make sure you insert your batteries the correct way. Copper, the center, I don't know why I'm going to keep saying copper, but your positive connection up. Put your switch in place, and there you go. Now, I'm going to put the indestructible Addy on this because I think it looks pretty good. It would have been better if I could have got it in copper, but works really nice, and as you can see, it vapes really well. Let's take the top cap off that there so you can see a little bit of something. I mean, there we go. And like I said, she's rowdy and ready to rock. And yeah, real good, quick firing, nice little mod here, guys. All right, let's take it back out to FaceTime. I think that's about all I can show you here, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, that was an up-close personal look at the Ohmega 18650 stacked. Real nice bit of kit here, if I do not say so myself. It's a nice damn mod. Somewhere, where did I put the box? You know what? I think I left the box at home. That's all right. Comes to you in a white box, some logos and lettering on it. All you get in the box is the mod, so no extra bits or spares, but you wouldn't expect a whole lot of bits or spares with this mod. Hits like a freight train, hits every time. I mean, it hits really hard, and that's to be expected with all that chunk of copper. Real close, well, I can get some of that fog out of the way. You can see it's just real well built. The threading's nice and smooth. Haven't had a problem with any of that. It's a Meg mod, so you got to keep your contacts clean, otherwise it'll misfire. But all of them do that. Pros and cons. Let's go over the pros first. What I like about it, I like the way it's made. It's real beefy build quality on this thing. I like the fact that it's got a 510 connection, so if you don't want to use a hybrid device, or if you want to use a tank on it, you can do that as long as you build safe. It's got a nice throw on that switch. Very small throw. I mean, it's just a real small throw on that switch. But it's not a spongy. It's got a good firm throw on it. I like the way it's fully adjustable top and bottom, so you don't have to worry about, there's no battery rattle in there unless you want a little bit. Fits really nice. Everything that I've seen does fit down flush on it. It does have that adjustment inside, so you can adjust all your atomizers, tanks, and all that good stuff to fit nice and flush. What else is there? That's about it. It looks like its patina's pretty nice. It's a nice build. What I don't like about it, there's not a lot of cons on this thing, but there are 2 mentionable cons. 3 if you want to get nitpicky. Number 1, although I like the idea that it does have a 510 cap, it would have been nice to put a hybrid cap on there to improve connectivity, and in case you wanted to run it in hybrid mode. That would have been a nice little, a little extra thing to throw in there. It's a piece of copper. I mean, how expensive could that actually be? The ventilation on this is a little underwhelming. While it does have 4 ventilation holes at the top, these batteries do fit in this tube very well, somewhat snug. They'll slide in and out with ease, but God forbid something was to happen with your batteries and you had a venting situation, the top battery could possibly block off any venting that the bottom battery would need. And all that heat and gas would cause the top battery to expand, blocking up your ventilation holes, and you could have a small pipe bomb type situation on your hand. I would have liked to seen some ventilation holes maybe in the center or even at the bottom. Would have been nice. As you can see, the switch fits fairly snug down at the bottom, and there's no ventilation holes even there. It's a con. We need to make sure we're doing this safe, and don't want the people to get hurt. So there's that. Also, the switch. Con's got to be the spring in the switch. I mean, it's 2016. I think we're a little past springs now. In my opinion, and this is subjective, probably could have had a magnetic switch in the bottom. I know some of you guys prefer magnetic, some prefer springs. If you like springs, this is your cup of tea. If you prefer magnetic, maybe not so much. Would have been nice to have an option where you can get the magnetic if you wanted to do that. That might have been something extra to throw in. 2 magnets, how expensive can that be? That being said, all in all, I got to give it 5 stars even with the cons. Every time I use it, I love it. I've used this thing with my Hercules Plus with the 0.5 ohm coil. Works like a champ. I've used it with the Ohmega BFT The Alpha BFT works like a champ. I've used it with the Velocity and this Indestructible. Everything I put on it works really well. It always hits like a champ. That being said, guys, this is a serious mod. Just like the Noisy Cricket, you have to know what you're doing, know Ohm's law, know battery safety, keep your batteries in good shape and use good batteries. Don't build below the limits. I wouldn't go any lower than 0.3 on this. And even at that, it's rowdy as fuck. Like I said, this is 0.4 and change, and it's rowdy. It's pissed off, angry at you. You can see that big fuck all coils I got in that damn thing. Those are 3.5 millimeter 9-wrap Claptons, 26 over 32 gauge. Yeah, it's big ass coils in this thing. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. This has been the Ohmega 18650 stacked mech mod. Nice little bit of hardware for sure. I'll put links below where you can get it. And yeah, you guys make sure you keep it shiny side up. Be careful out there. Build safe. Build safe. Build safe. Yeah, vape on.